Time with Bishop Nana Eboa. Today, I want us to have a series, and the series starts from today. We're going to talk, and I'm going to try and explain certain things concerning spiritualism to you. Most of the times, especially we religious people, we know that we have angels and we have demons. The angels are the positive ones, which are spirits that are with the Lord, and the demons are the negative ones. These are the fallen angels, the devils, and things like that. And usually, when you mention the devil, people think that it is just one particular, like Satan. Satan is not just one. So when you mention the word Satan, people have used it across board, but you must understand that there are higher princes, which you call the five prince of darkness, which consist of Lucifer, Beelzebub, Astaroth, Asmodeus, and Lucifer. So Lucifer and Lucifer are different. So usually, and all these spirits have different specialities. So I just want you to know, and as the series goes on, you're going to know the angels that fight or that suppresses these particular demonic spirits. Because if you don't know exactly what all this is all about, sometimes you might use the wrong command for the wrong thing, or you might say something that might not bring results because you simply don't know what you're talking about. Because when you, as I keep on talking further down, you will understand what I'm trying to say. So, you must understand we have 5 continents. Actually, we have 6, but 5 inhabited continents. So, this continent is Africa, the Americas, which is North and South America. We have what you call Europe, we have Asia, and we have Australia. Now, these continents, what you'll be very surprised is that these demons have what you call territorial demons. They have territories whereby they also have their ruling. They have their what you might choose to call it demonic kingdom or whatever. But these are kingdoms whereby your eye cannot see, but they have certain controls within these kingdoms or within these areas. So today I'm going to show you who is in charge of what area and what angels can, can be able to cancel their negative works. Now, when you look further down, as I'm going to tell you further down, you realize that the word Satan is actually a particular spirit. But Satan is also on its own spirit. Yet, Satan can also be used for Lucifer, for Beelzebub, for all these other spirits. So usually when you mention the word Satan, it doesn't necessarily mean, Lucifer, who is the prince of darkness. It means an evil spirit. However, there's also an evil spirit called Satan. So you must understand this too. Now, let's come back to the territorial areas as we're talking about. Now, let me talk about Africa for today. Now, the territorial demon for Africa is called Beelzebub. Beelzebub is the territorial demon for Africa. So now, after having that territorial demon for Africa, there are also territorial demons for, let me say like countries within Africa. Okay, so Beelzebub being the high, or the highest of the demons in Africa, under him there are also demons who are in charge of different countries. And above these different countries also, it's divided within 3 different territories. Let me use Ghana for example. Ghana is divided into 3 different territories. Other countries might be divided more or less, but it's divided into 3 different territories. Now, if Beelzebub is the demon of Africa, then what angel is capable or counterfeits or is able to suppress this particular demon? Well, the name of that angel is called Holy Angel Uriel. Uriel. Now, Holy Angel Uriel, is able to counter destroy or counter suppress the work of Beelzebub or any angel or any demon of Beelzebub within the continent of Africa. That doesn't mean that these negativities or these demons or these angels cannot operate elsewhere. They can, especially the holy ones. They are. I mean, the Lord has given them in charge over the world. But I'm talking about territorial. So Ghana is divided into three territories, and below these three territories, there's even more division. So as it goes down, so you have the one in charge of the whole continent, then you have the one in charge of a particular country, then you have within the country being divided by a number of times, and within the number of time, now Ghana is divided into three different areas. Then after the three different areas, you have, depending on the man-made, what do you call it? The man-made, what do you call it? Territories that is being made, or the man-made areas, which whereby Ghana is now 16 different areas. So then it will be divided by that 16. These are different spirits also. So you'll be very surprised that every spirit covers a territory. However, they are all under one particular demonic spirit, which is the Beelzebub. Now, with the holy angel Uriel, who is in charge of this particular continent of Africa, he also, as the Lord has created them, they have command over millions of angels. So as much as the demonic spirits are there, the holy angels are also there, who are in a higher command, I would say. As I'm talking about territorial spirits, you must understand something. First of all, we Christians, for example, when you look at Daniel 10, verse 13, it says, when Daniel was praying, the Lord had sent an angel to bring the answer to his prayer, which was the angel Gabriel. But as on his way coming, a prince of that kingdom of Persia, who was a prince who was in charge of a territorial prince, because he was in charge of the kingdom of Persia, which makes it a territorial, because Persia was a territory. That prince blocked the answer to the prayer to Daniel for 21 days. So if Daniel was not in Persia, and Daniel was, let's say, in Jericho, or Daniel was in Israel, or Daniel was somewhere else, it could have been that the prince of that area could have also blocked the answer to his prayer. So when this thing was going on, the Lord sent another angel who was stronger to fight or to be able to suppress that territorial spirit, who was Michael, to come and destroy that situation or block that particular prince, so that the message can be carried to Daniel. So sometimes you can be praying, sometimes you could be trying to do something, and you can be easily blocked. I mean, that's what the Bible says. So if you've been blocked, if the Bible says that Daniel was blocked, and Daniel never ceased praying, so sometimes you can understand the way it goes. You might pray and you're not getting answers, and you might hold on, and then maybe it's being held by a territorial spirit. And that is why I want us to know much about these things, so that we know exactly what to do when things are not going right, when we realize that our answers should come, when we realize that things must happen, yet it's not happening. Not all the time that it might be a territorial spirit, but there's a possibility sometimes it could be. So when you know and you pray about that, and if it is, then the Lord will break it. Now, it is very important to understand that we humans always attribute so many things to spiritualism, especially where I come from, or where maybe you might be coming from, maybe, and I'm using the word maybe. Now, sometimes we have beliefs or we have proofs of somebody or people doing spiritual things against us by doing talismanic magic, or seeing a deity, or using witchcraft. Now, all these things, depending on the territory they are. For example, if somebody, or if a witch, or if a negativity is under a territory within, let's say, Ghana, and these negativities are within, let's say, Accra, or let's say Takoradi, or let's say Kumasi. What happens is that within these territories, there are also territorial spirits who are in charge, who are higher than these deities, who are higher than these spirits or elementaries, or I'll talk about elementaries also at another time. Who are in charge, or who are in control of those areas. Now, so it's like having governors, or having let's say mayors, or something like that. I think that might give you a better understanding. So it keeps on giving you authorities until they come to the lowest. The lowest is whereby people go to small deities, rivers. That is if the river is occupied by a marine spirit, or an area of rocks that has dwarfs and things like that. So when they're doing anything to you or send an attack to you, and you know the angel who is in charge of not even that territory but the whole of Africa, of course, then I can assure you that if only you know how to go about it, you can counteract any work that is being done by any negative spirit. But then again, you don't always have to go as far as requesting the Lord to let His holy angel Uriel fight a battle of, let's say, a witchcraft, or battle of, let's say, marine spirit. That is too low. So there are other angels that are also under the command of holy angel Uriel, which comes in different hierarchies, where they also have controls, or they can be easily fight these negativities or these lesser spirits. So, as we talk about territorial spirits, sometimes it is very necessary to know the names. But if we're going to mention the names, it's quite vast, both on the positive and the angelic and the demonic as it comes lower. It's very fast, because you can imagine that these spirits, there are even spirits that occupies areas. Oh yes, and let's say your area where you live at, there could be a negative spirit that might be in control of that area. It is very interesting, and it might sound like a fairy tale or like a story, but it's a fact. So if you're able to, and the reason why you're going to know it's a fact is that as we go down the teaching, you would understand when this happens to you, or when that happens, how you're supposed to go about it to fight, or to be able to clear that particular negativity from you. Now, if you're able to know any negativity that is in charge of your area, then let me tell you, it is very easy to fight anything at all. Because sometimes other things can be sent from another territory to yours. But until it comes, before it comes to your area to be able to attack you, there is a negotiation, there is a compromise between whoever is coming from one area. It's just like, let's say, a police leaving your area to going to arrest somebody at another area. They usually have to report to the police station around that area before they proceed to do the arrest. It is something similar to that, but I would say maybe more advanced. So, as we go into this teaching, I'm not going to make it very long. I usually want to make my teaching short so that it sinks in, so that we can continue step by step. But as this series has started, after today, I'm going to now take my time and talk about elementary spirits, what they are, because you have to know about all these things to be able to really understand how the spiritual world is like and how it operates. And by knowing that, you would also know exactly how to fight your battles. You don't need anyone to fight your battles for you. Sometimes, fine, you might need someone who might know more in spiritual ways to advise you. But there are things that sometimes it's like first aid, that you can do it for yourself, then later on seek better help from somewhere, or from a man of God or a woman of God who understands or who knows, or maybe from a magus, or maybe from someone with a knowledge of spiritualism. Because you see, I'm talking about a man of God, a woman of God, because I'm a Christian. Somebody might not be a Christian, might be other religion, but at the end of the day, the fact that you're a human being, the attacks will be there. The attacks will come on you, or you might get some things crossing your path. If you're able to know how to clear these things, by first of all knowing those in charge of the area, who might give the authority, or who might be part of the reason for those problems, then it's very easy to know whom the angel is, the angel that the Lord has blessed us to be around us, and how to be able to request for the help from the angel to counterfight these things. I mean, I've been to other African countries, and one thing I've realized, in every country they have their beliefs, and not just beliefs, things happen through their traditional ways, through their spiritual upbringing, and through the way they've been doing things generationally. Things do happen, and things have been happening, and things are still happening. Sometimes things, usually, when things are not going very well, it's attributed to devils and things. It's not all the time that it's like that. Some of the times, yes, it could be, but not all the time. So we need time to sit down, understand these things very, very well and carefully, so that through our understanding, we can make things better in life, to be better for us. This is where I'm going to end for today. And as we started this series, I pray it might go on for quite some time, because with the names and all these things that I'm supposed to bring together, might take some time. But if you can take time and watch us, especially in YouTube, then what I believe you know is that you might have all these series, and at the end of it, you'll be very, very it will be very interesting, and you'll be very surprised how things can work well for you. Thank you very much. I end here today. May the good Lord bless you, and we'll meet again next time.